Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing your girl some love. I just did a live today with Rico at Fragged Out, Swagged Out. So go and follow him over here on YouTube. I'll link his channel down below. Also follow him on Instagram. He has an amazing collection. He's like one of my favorite fragrance reviewers, like over here on YouTube, my favorite male fragrance reviewers over here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Like, I love Rico. Hands down, the best fragrances, the best reviews. We have so many things in common. And like, I just love listening to Rico. So we just did a live and we discussed our favorite rose fragrances because you all know, or if you didn't know, this was Rose Week in Fragcomm or over on Instagram. If you go on Instagram, you don't have a page, create a ghost following page. We don't have to know who you are, but sometimes we have Vanilla Week, we have Rose Week, we had Black Perfumer Week, highlighting, just a lot of the Black perfumers, and there needs to be more diversity in fragrances. I think there's Caramel Week coming up. So there's different weeks over on Instagram where you can really get involved with, read the comments, and find out about some amazing fragrances, not only niche, designer, indie house, like all of that. So y'all go create a page on Instagram, follow Rico. Like I said, I'll link it down below in the description box. And, just get involved. We have a lot of fun over on Instagram. So today I decided, now that I'm finished reviewing, we're going to talk about some rose fragrances. Since I have them all, I wanted to give you all an update, and I wanted to do an in-depth review on some fragrances that I recently purchased, which is Ardent, and it's a stunning rose fragrance, probably my favorite one today. I'll do my top 5 at the end of the video, so that you all can see which ones I absolutely cannot live without. And we're gonna go through really quick about 15 rose fragrances. I'm not gonna read all the notes. I'm just gonna give you all what I smell, how much I love them, and if they're worthy of the season that you should wear them in, whenever you want. And, just maybe the occasion and the performance of the fragrance. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the very first fragrance. But please follow me on Instagram. It's Marshmello or Marcelina Teresa. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe, y'all. Okay, it helps the channel grow. I can bring you more amazing reviews, more engagement, like all of that. Like, comment, tell me your favorite rose scents. Your very favorite rose scent that you cannot live without, down in the description box. And maybe it's one of the ones that's here today. If not, let me know. Maybe I want to get my nose on it, smell it, all that. So the very first one we're going to start with today is by the house of Boadicea, the Bodacious. And this is a new fragrance, not the Bodacious. It's by the house of Boadicea, the Victorious, y'all. And this is a very new fragrance that I just recently purchased. And I wanted to get my nose on this fragrance because I'll link his page below as well. Equality Fragrance talks about it all the time. He's like, Ardent is the best rose fragrance aside from Narciso by the Spirit of Dubai, which is very on the high end of life. And I definitely want to get my nose on Narciso, but Equality Fragrance, he always talks about Ardent, and I really wanted to get my nose on Ardent. I've smelled a lot of fragrances by the house of Boadicea, the Victorious. Absolutely love them. You guys already know that I am head over heels for Bodacious. It's a upscale Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but the cherry is there, the booziness is there, all of that. But let's get back to rose. So this is Ardent, y'all. Ardent is stunning. Oh, Ardent is so, so good. And this is probably, like, I love this fragrance, y'all. If I ran out of this, I will run to the store and go buy Ardent again. In Ardent, you have several rose scents, You have your saffron in here. You have some bergamot. It smells like there's some vanilla in here, but it's not listed. You have Turkish rose. You have carrot seed, which I think kind of brightens up the fragrance. You have patchouli, jasmine, hedione. That's what makes it so attractive and just makes you want to, like, just hug yourself and feel yourself and touch yourself, y'all. Ardent is super, super sexy. There's a little bit of powderiness, sweetness in here. There's a oudiness in here. I think there's leather in here as well. I think there might be leather and oud in this fragrance, but it's not a heavy leather or a oud because you all know how I roll over here. I don't like those notes in heavy in fragrances. So y'all, this fragrance is delectable. It's just super sexy. One of the sexiest fragrance in my entire staple of fragrances. I am so happy to have Ardent in my fragrance collection, y'all. And this is gonna be a lifer fragrance for me. And I don't know what took me so long to get it, but I've been hearing about it for a couple of years, but I'm so glad I finally pulled the trigger. But the saffron in here, the oud in here, the rose in here is amazing, y'all. Get your nose on this. This is Ardent. I purchased this at Neiman Marcus. Try to get it when they're having a sale, okay? But other than that, you know, the plaque on the back, stunning fragrance, okay? So the next one we're going to talk about, of course, is Carolina Herrera. This is Burning Rose. Get your nose on Burning Rose. This is a beautiful... Oh, Ardent, the performance, y'all, is about 8 to 10 hours on that fragrance. On the skin, I have not sprayed it on the clothes, but I'm pretty sure it's amazing on the clothes as well. So Carolina Herrera, Burning Rose is a amazing, longevity is about maybe 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours. Performance is moderate on this fragrance. It's a very soft, sensual rose fragrance with some cinnamon, some patchouli in here. There's rose in here. What else is in here? Cinnamon, patchouli, rose, and ginger. It's not heavy on the ginger. The ginger is really, I guess, very smooth. It's not tarty. It's not spicy. None of that. You really get the patchouli, like a dry, dusty red rose in here, and cinnamon. I heard there was leather in this fragrance in here as well. I kind of get a hint of like a really soft leather in here, but this is amazing, y'all. Absolutely love this fragrance. This was a blind buy, and yeah, it was a very successful blind buy. I love it. The next one we're going to talk about is one of my very first rose fragrances when I started to get into rose. I've had this for years upon years. This is Narciso Rodriguez. If you like musk and you like rose, then you need to try Narciso Rodriguez Fleur Musk. This fragrance is definitely a lifer rose fragrance for me. Absolutely love it. It's stunning. It's affordable. Compliment getting, y'all. Narciso Rodriguez Fleur Musk. It's a musky, sweet, vanillic rose scent. I think there's some peach in here as well, or some fruits to brighten it up. But y'all, this is beautiful. Very affordable. So get your nose on this one. Love that. If I ran out of that, I would buy it again. That's why I bought this huge bottle, y'all. I think this is a 5 ml. I mean, not a 5 ml. 5 ounce bottle, y'all. It's gorgeous. And I get so, like, every time I wear that, people are like, who is that? Who smells like that? So, you know, that lets you know right then and there, like, this fragrance is amazing. I get too many compliments on this fragrance. It's almost crazy. So, also, regarding rose fragrances, I didn't want to talk about Delina because we all know that Delina is an amazing rose scent. I have the Delina Trio. I brought the Delina exclusive today, but the original is my favorite, then the exclusive, then La Rosée. They're all stunning fragrances. If I ran out of them, I would definitely purchase them again. I just love Delina. I love the lychee in here and the exclusive. I love the rhubarb in the original, the rhubarb and the lychee, which gives it that tartness to the rose. I love the oud in this one, the vanilla, the powderiness of the exclusive. The rose is like a watery, juicy, like fruity rose scent. These fragrances last forever. Okay. You don't even need to spray this. This one is sitting next to my bed, and I actually smell this as I'm sleeping, and I'm just like laying in the bed like, what does that smell? And it's Delina, of course, because it's sitting right there, and the cap is closed. And it's not, I don't think it's not even on the little tassels, but you smell it from the bottle, and the bottle is closed, y'all. So Delina's powerful, you know. Love the Delina trio. We'll never get rid of those. They're stunning. Love them. The next one is my introduction to the House of Dubai. Not the House of Dubai. Bond number 9. And this is Ruby Dubai. Absolutely love this fragrance. This is rose. This smells like old money, rich. You know, this is if you want to smell upscale, if you want to smell rich, like you got a whole bag, a whole 2 bags and a half. You gotta like saffron, you gotta like geranium, because you really get that geranium inside, and it's a stunning fragrance. So the next one we're gonna talk about is Kayali, and this is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Y'all, this fragrance is halfway done. I have a backup bottle of this. This is a lifer fragrance for me. There's saffron, there's rose, there's magnolia in here, there's patchouli. It smells a little vanilla-y. It definitely smells Middle Eastern. I get tons and tons of compliments on this fragrance. Absolutely love it. Every time I reach for a Kayali, I have all of them. Then I always want to reach for Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. You guys, I've had men chase me down to ask me what I was wearing, to ask me out for a drink, to pull me into their store for coffee or tea. You know, just like, what is it that you have on? This is so good. And it's Middle Eastern, but the men were like African or like Egyptian or Middle Eastern that really love this scent, y'all. There are a couple women at work that love this scent as well, but I think if you're not into fragrances heavy or don't like almost the scent of oud, because it smells like there's oud in here, then you may think this is a little bit too of a heavy rose for you. But y'all, this is stunning. I love it. I'm gonna have this for life, so I hope she never gets rid of this fragrance. Like I said, I've had it. I think I bought it last summer, and it's like halfway gone already. So the next one we're going to talk about is a lifer for me as well. And this is Atomic Rose, y'all. Woo! Atomic Rose. This guy smelled me a couple weeks ago when I had on Atomic Rose, and he was like, why is it that you're smelling so good? Like, why? And I got about 3 compliments that day from 3 different men, but one was just mesmerized, and I think it was because of the hedione that was in this fragrance. But in Atomic Rose, I think I wrote it down. I don't know, you have some hedione, you have your pink pepper, you have some vanilla in here. It's just a really beautiful, rich rose fragrance. It doesn't smell Middle Eastern, but it definitely gives you, it's like a heavier, thick, it's really thick and not syrupy sweet, but there's a thick sweetness to this fragrance. And the pink pepper in here makes it oh so spicy. Pink pepper, rose, and oud and geranium, they all go together, and they're all blended so well. But yeah, Portrait of a Lady, that's the one I'm talking about next. Atomic Rose is a fragrance that is in my top 10 rose fragrances for life, and it's my favorite Initio. The second one is Side Effect, okay? So the next one we're going to talk about is Portrait of a Lady. Portrait of a Lady is amazing. I think if you're a fragrance reviewer, you need to have Portrait of a Lady. You know, or your Fugazi. No, I'm just joking. Portrait of a Lady is stunning. Y'all, love, love, love this. A beautiful rose, cinnamon, raspberry. I think there's saffron in here as well. There's cloves. You can really get the cloves, the raspberry, the saffron, and the cinnamon. And just a beautiful rose fragrance. There's black currant in here as well. I guess that just adds, it makes it a little more fruity on top of the raspberry. But the patchouli, the rose, like all of it, stunning fragrance. Portrait of a Lady. This is beast mode. You spray this on your clothes and it'll last for about 4 days, y'all. So, yeah, be careful when spraying this. Don't spray too much of this. Maybe 4 sprays max, 2 on the skin, 2 on the clothes, and call it a day. The other alternative to this is Papora. Now, Papora by the House of Tiziana Terenzi is much more affordable. It's about $99. It's a little more green. It's a little spicier, but it gives you pretty much the same vibe. So if you don't want to spend your coins on Portrait of a Lady, then, you know, get Papora instead. Okay, there you go. The next one we're going to talk about is Attrape-Rêves. This is a lifer fragrance for me as well, and this is by Louis Vuitton. This is a beautiful rose patchouli cacao peony fragrance. very fresh. It's slightly leaning gourmandish, but it's very fresh. You can wear this fragrance all year long. The performance on this is stunning. I get so many compliments. All of these fragrances that I'm bringing you all today, y'all, I get so many compliments on these fragrances. I've tried all of just about Louis Vuitton fragrances, and this is the one that I'm head over heels for. Afternoon Swim, I have what is it, Mandarin Basilic for that, but I do like that, so I didn't get that one because it's basically Mandarin Basilic by the House of Guerlain is a dupe for Afternoon Swim. But yeah, Attrape-Rêves, I would say I'd buy a backup bottle of this, but I will definitely be refilling this when I'm done. So the next one is the beautiful Alchemia. Alchemia is gorgeous, a very upscale fragrance, great, amazing performance. And this is by the House of Royal Crown. You get a really beautiful Taif rose in the opening, in the mid. You get a sandalwood, of course, in the dry down. You get a really beautiful peach blossom in here that brightens up the fragrance. In Alchemia, you also have some honey, Bulgarian rose. You got your Taif rose, you got your jasmine, and then you have your myrrh. Now your myrrh, it's not like a really super spicy incensey myrrh. It probably just adds to the depth of this fragrance and probably the longevity, but it's slight spiciness, but you get more of a really fresh, watery, juicy, fruity rose in the opening, and then it dries down to a beautiful, pretty, oudy, still fruity, amazing rose scent, y'all. Alchemia by the House of Royal Crown. So the next one we have is the newbie to the bunch. And this is Rouge by Van Cleef and Arpels. This almost reminds me of a lighter Delina, the original Delina. You have like some sweetness to this, but basically this is like a, I think there's lychee in here or some fruitiness in here as well, but I love this fragrance, y'all. It's gorgeous. I wore this once and I got complimented by two different ladies at work when I did wear this to work. I can overspray this though. So the performance on this fragrance, I think it is moderate. It lasts for about 6 hours, which is fine. But I definitely had to overspray this. I think I sprayed it about 15 or 20 times in order to get a good projection, sillage, and longevity. But Rose Rouge is a very beautiful fruity rose, warm, spicy fragrance, and I love it. I would definitely purchase this again. I was so excited to have it, and I love it. If you love a light rose fragrance, you wear this in the spring and the summer. Will definitely shine in the summer because of the fruitiness in this fragrance. The next one we have is one that I might be decluttering soon, okay, because I don't need it. I have Roses Vanille, pretty straightforward vanilla rose fragrance, beast mode. Now, I have another one, and this is Fumi Monet, and this is Exalte. This reminds me of this, but this is so much better, y'all. Exalte is so much more upscale. It's like there's florals in here, there's fruit, there's muskiness in here as well. I don't need this. I'm not gonna reach for it. I bought this because, you know, everybody says Roses Vanille by Mancera is amazing, and it was amazing until I purchased this. So Exalte is both to me are really sweet, feminine. This is definitely musky. It's fruity, musky, it's intoxicating. Absolutely, I love this fragrance. Fumi Monet, the performance on this is amazing. 8 to 10 hours on clothes. On skin, I got about 6 to 8 hours. I've worn this at least 5 times full body, and I absolutely love it. Exalte, and she's a black perfumer, y'all, Fumi Monet. So the next one we all know of, and this is Oud Bouquet, an amazing oud praline rose fragrance. Stunning. Okay, somebody was saying a Rasala over on the live. That Rasala is Oud Bouquet mixed with a chocolate scent, like Chocolate Affair from Dua. So I'm gonna have to try that. You know, if you have Rasala, let me know down in the comments if I mix these two together. If you have them, a chocolate scent or Chocolate Affair by the House of Dua and Oud Bouquet. If it gives me Rasala, because I was very interested in purchasing Rasala, y'all. So beautiful rose fragrance, beast mode. You don't need very many sprays of this, maybe 4 and be done. The next one is a lifer for me, and I absolutely love this house. And this is by the House of Juicette, and this is African Queen. A lot of people might not like this because it's powdery. I love it, y'all. Like, I really want a backup bottle, but I'm not doing it. This is a stunning lemon, rose, chocolatey, almondy fragrance. Juicette has the best gourmand laning fragrances on the planet. Love them. Of course, Sultan has some great fragrances as well. But this right here, y'all, stunning. If you love rose with a little bit of powdery lemon, like a dusted chocolatey almond with dusted with powdered lemon sugar or something, and rose on top of that, gorgeous. African Queen by the House of Juicette. The next one we have is one that everybody's looking for, Elixir Charnel, Guerlain Coquin. Love it. I have a dupe by the House of Juliana Parfums from this fragrance. I think it's called, I don't know what it's called. I'll link it down below. Kiss Me or Catch Me or something like that. But I love it. Yeah, this one is a little boozier. I definitely get the chocolatey, boozy rose scent. It's amazing. This lasts on my body, on my skin, about 10, 12 hours. I wore this to work one day. My body started to heat up. I just exude chocolatey, boozy rose rum. It's gorgeous, y'all. Sorry if you can't find it. Go to the House of Juliana's Parfums and buy the dupe. It's pretty close, but of course this is more, it's richer. It's a little more upscale and sensual, y'all. Guerlain Coquin, Elixir Charnel, okay? Guerlain Coquin, Elixir Charnel. Last but not least, I'm going to talk to you about one that I had been longing for a long time. And this is by the House of Memo Paris. I just recently featured this in my haul. And this is African Rose. Love African Rose. The bottle is stunning. There's a story behind African Rose. Go check me out on Instagram. You know, I wanted to buy this in Ghana, but I had to prioritize, okay? But anyway, love, love, love African Rose. In African Rose, I love saffron. If you don't like saffron, you need to stay away from African Rose. This fragrance is a pretty penny as well. You know, I bought this at Neiman Marcus, but African Rose, y'all. There's saffron in here. There's rose. There's cardamom, y'all. There's bergamot, rose geranium, cumin, leather, oud, and patchouli. Y'all, it's not a dirty patchouli. It's really clean. The leather and the oud in here is super soft, and it's not super soft, but it's soft. It gives it its luxuriousness. It gives it its luxuriousness, and I absolutely love this fragrance. It's African leather mixed with a beautiful, intoxicating rose. And y'all, it's divine. It's everything. It's everything, y'all. I don't know where else you can purchase this aside from Neiman Marcus if you are in another country, because Memo Paris does not ship to California or America. I think you have to purchase through a second party. So yeah, go to Neiman Marcus and smell it if you have a Neiman Marcus. I don't think they carry it at Saks or Bloomingdale's, but they do carry it at Neiman Marcus. Wait till the dry down, y'all. It's amazing and intoxicating. This is stunning, y'all. African Rose by the House of Memo Paris. Now, let's get to my top 5 rose fragrances of the whole thing. So the very first one I'm going to choose as my number 1 would be Ardent. Love it, y'all. I love me some Ardent, okay? My number 2 would definitely be African Rose. Love me that creamy leather, that rich rose in here, the sweetness in here, the oud in here that it brings. It's stunning. I also love Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. This would fall into my top 5. This is so hard, y'all. I'm gonna have to say Atomic Rose. I love Atomic Rose. Can I do a top 10, please? Can I do a top 10? Oh, top 5. Let's do a top 10, okay? Atomic Rose. The next one, my number 6, Attrape-Rêves. I love this fragrance. I would also take with me, if I was stranded on an island, African Queen. Love African Queen. Gorgeous. The next one would, of course, be Ruby Dubai, bond number 9. And that is number 8. Number 9, I'm taking Delina with me, okay? I'm taking my Delinas. Love, love, love my Delinas. And I'm definitely taking Portrait of a Lady. This raspberry in here. Cloves, spices is amazing. And then I'm going to go out on a limb. And I would take Alchemia, but I'm not taking Alchemia. I'm taking the OG Roses Musk, y'all. Y'all, love this stuff. Yeah, it's a lifer for me. Love this musky rosy scent. It's gorgeous. Like I said, I get so many compliments on this fragrance. So that was my top 10. Hope you all have enjoyed this review. Love you all. Go out into the world. Get you some rose in your life. Spread amazing sillage. Do good. Be good. You know, and spray on some perfume, y'all. You know, smell lovely. Feel lovely. Just be lovely. All right. Bye-bye.